Testing. Testing. See, I'm testing it with the headphones on because I'm getting really tired of doing meditations all day long where I can't listen to music because it's like gonna do a copyright claim or it shows up really crappy on the video. So I'm listening to Forbidden Friendship on repeat over and over. Just like bringing Yesod back into GEBURAH. So that me and Lucy being happy and feeling good and being best friends again. Not like we weren't, but like feeling good, you know? I always look good better with sticks in my hand. So this is Genomes. It's got another name too, though. I haven't really polished, but I like started peeling it and like chopping down the knots and stuff. So it's a half staff. And so I go around. So for all the dragon cleaning and the genomes work and a lot of the magic work, this is the wand. It's a half staff, half wand. What kind of wood is it? I don't know. I really don't. It feels like oak. Feels like my oak wands. I found it at the Peter Pan Park, and it was just laying there as I was doing the genomes, and I was like, oh, it's the same size. So it's also called, it has another name. I can't remember. It's probably because we just call it genomes. All right. This is the Dragon Egg Personal Part 1. So this is where we do the DNA build. Hence why genomes is here. I'm going to give you a lesson. The purple book. This is our magic books. You're going to have 3 of them. Big like this, if you can. We call them the magic books, okay? This is gonna be to build your energetic body and all the magics you're gonna put on your energetic body and protection spells on your magic body. Okay, in the back of the book, you're gonna flip all the way to the back pages. And what you're gonna do is draw 30 pages of this. You see, this is the tree of life, and then this is dot right here. And on the back side of each page, you see how it's not drawn in? It's just there. You draw the paths. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna begin to memorize all the colors and crystals and for every world, and then have them written down. So, just page after page after page of this. So this is like this says template. So like 30 pages of this, okay? Many of the times we're gonna be doing it and we're gonna be like labeling the trees and the animals and the flowers and everything that's associated with each sphere, and then you're gonna have it recorded in this. When we start getting really detailed, when we have a tree for every Sephiroth, for every world, that's where these really come in handy. But it's already going to come in handy for like these meditations and for these dragon eggs builds. So as this becomes way more complex, not like it's not already, but as this becomes real complex to keep everybody else out and away, it's better to have everything written down. This also keeps the magic more solid and grounded. Shocking. All right, so let me show you where I'm at. So this is the world of Asaya. And it has the colors in a saya, and then the crystals for each that we did in the crystal yoke temple. Okay, we don't have the crystals written down for here. Actually, this is like Udalite. But we have, because we haven't done the crystal yoke temple, but I have the downloads already written down. I just never wrote them down yet in this book. And here we have Aya. And it's okay if you make mistakes, because this is just scratch book 1. And you will be doing these for your entire life. So here's Aya, which is underneath Asaya. Same thing, all written down. O, the world of O. Okay. Then we have the world of uh-oh. See how the lower worlds are in the bottom of the book. And then we have oh no, or I don't feel good about myself anymore. Or Oko, we call it Oko, oh no, and I don't feel good about myself anymore. And then we have the world underneath that. So that's the pyramid that we have crystals, but we haven't really assigned actual colors yet. But we keep this as like, this is where we try to add things. And then we have another world behind that. In Kabbalah 99 3/4, we will be calling it 9 world Kabbalah, but it will really be 17 worlds Kabbalah. I don't know if that's 15 world Kabbalah with the 17 added, or it's 17 Kabbalah with the 19 added. So that's going to be intense, and that will be on another magic book. So you see how this is just going to be your scratch for like the long term. So, and then see how I added like, so this isn't even the 9 world Kabbalah. This is like the 11 world Kabbalah, like 11 to 13 worlds, because I just added some extra pages. So this would be the bottom underneath. I don't feel good about myself anymore. There will be a 40 to 50 world Kabbalah program I will do down the road, and I believe that would be Dragon Kabbalah 400. So that's something else entirely. Oh my God, that's for like people who really do the work. Like stepping stones, brick by brick. All right, so we start with 9 worlds. But you do 30 pages for extra lessons and teachings. And plan it out to give yourself some extra space. So as we keep getting downloads and better DNA structure, it's better. Okay, so here we have Asaya again. And then above that is Yetzirah. And see how I made mistakes? I did the paths on this side, and that's not as fun. And then we have Bria. So what's really easy to do is to get one of the Tree of Life printouts that's just blank like this, and then trace over it. It's pretty easy that way. And then to do it on the other side. So here's Bria. And then here we have Atziluth. Yay, and so that's supposed to be the top, but it's not, because we have OA above that. So that's our 9th world, that 5th world going up. And then we have this one, which is the next one. This is considered this is right now our pyramid, top pyramid tree, which is called OAO or WA. It's wow. Or it's what? There's more. Oh, fuck. And then here is my top pyramid. So Yours should, if you wanted to title yours OAO or WA, you could. But you could also just draw the top pyramid, and that's good for this Kabbalah program. It will not fly in Kabbalah 99 3/4. Okay, and then on top of that, then I have just have blank page ones already starting to fill in the downloads of the higher worlds. If I get any downloads, and this is the point. We draw these, so sometimes you might want to like leave some of these blank ones in the back, just in case you get downloads for the lower worlds. Like, oh, that crystal might be good. Maybe I should teach that to Kali Ren. And then she can help me figure out why. And then we go template. So this is the and then we do that. So I was going to design a couple of the trees. Some of them were going to be for like the trees and the plants and the animals and the oils and everything written out just for the Sephiroth. And that way I can keep it organized in the magic book. So this is the back of your magic book number 1. I didn't write magic book on here yet because it's purple. And then, oh, I could do it in gold with like a paint marker. Okay. So enough of that. Not like this isn't amazing. All right. So we're not doing the crystal yolks. We're not doing the crystal yolk today, but we are going to be referencing all the colors. So it might even be good if you colored them in and had the name of the color written down. That's when we know we're actually doing the work. Okay. So every time we start these eggs, we're going to start at a saya. So this is our personal egg and our personal body. So our personal egg and our personal body starts at a saya. Even if we're sitting in the bottom of the clippeth. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in a second. I had to interrupt. So it looks like the kids are fine. I had to interrupt because I got this message that the kids were under attack by like demons, and I started looking, and then there I saw Richard's astral body with people sending attack to send demons after the kids, my kids and my nieces. I'm not impressed. People should be protecting and serving those children. They are Gryffindors and Ravenclaws. And instead, they're sending demons after them to beat them up in the astral planes. This is a huge problem. Huge fucking ego. Huge. So right now, I'm giving Richard his chance to be a fucking decent Hufflepuff. But he is now locked out of Gryffindor. I also received a number of other threats and attacks from him in the last week. This is not the only incident. So, how people treat me in the astral planes is how I perceive they will treat me with a wand. And my children with a wand. So, my God. So if they're not constantly just sending like love and gratitude, or just leaving them alone, like they could just leave them alone and let me be sending love and gratitude. Unbelievable. He was infuriated by the idea that I muggle-charmed Goodney, the sexual harassing pervert that runs a mystery school that's a sex cult. How dare I be honest that Goodney cannot ascend into the Christ. There will be like articles and documentaries coming out about Goodney. I will never endorse him with all the knowledge and experience I have. And Richard was so in love with Goodney that he decided to attack me. So, Hufflepuff, thank goodness I didn't muggle charm him yet. Just Hufflepuff, take my power away from me. I don't want it. Just Hufflepuff. All right. So it's your vices. It's your vices in life. Like, you want to support a sex cult instead of join a Free Willy Kabbalah program. And then you want to attack the girl who just got knife raped for 3 months because she muggle charmed your boss because he was one of the knife rapers. Discernment. Goodney has stabbed me 2 bad times. So he wasn't there during the giant gang rape fest for the 5 days, where everybody just stabbed my vagina constantly for 5 fucking days. He just stood in the corner and watched. But he has been there over the past 3 months. You guys should be ashamed if you're watching this. If you're a mystery school person and you're watching this, you should be ashamed that you'd even give that man $1. All right. So it looks like my kids are in the clear. I had to take an hour to get them built back up and rehabilitated and wombed again and feeling safe and secure. It takes a lot of energy to make sure your kids are safe in the astral planes and protected so that they can ground and integrate. It takes very little energy to send a demon. It takes a lot to create something beautiful. A lot. And now I have to start Muggle Charming Star again. It's just endless. The star thinks that's an invite to start taking care of my kids with her black tentacles. God. So she can start siphoning on their energy all day long. Like, and use them as batteries. My kids are not stars' batteries. All right. This is a great way to begin. I like the Tara coming in to help. It's the pebble in your shoe that takes you down. All right, this is going to be an hour-long meditation. So calm the mind. I'm going to be putting Spirit Tao by Tony Anderson on in the background. We're going to be drawing 9 trees out in our brains. So we're going to do the first one is a saya on our body. Every single time we do the next tree down, what it is our feet are standing on the shoulders of our higher or lower selves. Okay, they're on of our lower selves. So we need a strong low self. Do you understand? So the stronger your lower self, the stronger, the better. Your lower self cannot be a knife rapist. Because if your lower self is not the strongest, it cannot hold the weight. So your lower self can't be a demon. Your lower self needs to be a fucking goddess, a queen. It could be a dwarfy gnome that can hold the weight. Hardworking, humble. The animal for GEBURAH, there are a number of them. A couple have come through. Like we'll add the wolf for GEBURAH. I don't really like it, but I like it with the Jungle Book. The Black Panther. This is not the Black Panther of the African American movement. Okay. It's not, but it is the Black Panther of, if you've watched The Hate U Give, that Black Panther movement. So like the real heartfelt one. This is Bagheera. It's responsibility and boring. The Black Panther is and the Jaguar, the king of the underworld. So it's the one strike, death, one blow. So the king of the underworld's animal, being the Jaguar / Panther, is that huge component. So when you see all the truth of reality in the Clippeth, it gives you 99% more power than everybody else. And what you can do with it is amazing. Because you gain independence from the matrix system, like, completely. And that's why we call GEBURAH red pill. So you go all red pill, and then you have power over the matrix, like, way more. Hufflepuffs kind of have power of the matrix if they, like, really, like, feed from Gryffindors and Ravenclaws. Slytherins are just like puppets. Lazy. The other animal is a dragon. Okay, sometimes we'll like ladybug will also be, it's like a GEBURAH Bina. The ladybug, a beneficial bug. Is another totem. But the biggest one is, the original one, is the horse. And the reason it's the horse, it's a work horse. And a mule, and a donkey. So it's the ones that just humility. Just total humility. Work, 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 work. Brick, 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 etc., etc., etc. So I'm sorry, I'm getting more threats from Richard. Close your eyes. So what we are going to do is we're going to imagine ourselves, and we're going to imagine the tree on us. And then we're going to imagine ourselves with our Aya self, standing on the shoulders of our Aya self. So see that, and then see the tree. Now what happens is the Malkuth of my feet equals the Da'at at the throat of my lower self. And then we do it again. So then we have O, the world of O. So now you have a second lower self and another tree. Okay. We're going to be filling in the colors, but I just want to like create the impression. And then we have two more lower selves. We have uh-oh. Oh, we haven't done that one yet. So we need another self, another body beneath us. I'm kind of afraid of doing the I don't feel good about myself anymore. But I've been getting like a lot of the teachings, especially with GEBURAH. Okay, we're going to put the tree on that body. So I'm hearing from Richard, I'm really sorry for sending you hate. I'm getting sick of getting all the emails. So as you climb the tree, you don't get to be sick of being of service to God. That's not allowed. You don't get to be sick of world problems. You don't get to be sick or tired. You're of service to God. This is a space of masters. This is the ascension. This is what you signed up for. If you're sick of it, then you can go sit in the Muggle section or die a martyr. Like a token to clean up black magics on the planet. Or you can go sit on a bomb and get blown up. You don't get to be sick. This is an infinity train. You are supposed to be in shape and of service and available. The fourth body down below us. I'm sick of getting stabbed in the vagina. Because you can't do your job. Demon Slayer. Masters don't charge for world crises. No, they starved to death on a beach for whales instead. Alone. All right, so we have the 4 worlds below us, but we're gonna do the 5th world, which is our pyramid. And we're not gonna color it in. We're gonna throw on like this pearly gray light. That will be the Kabbalah tree. So it's like a blank page, okay? But it's still there. And maybe some of you have a couple colors that come in, maybe not. But, so you might see a couple. But we're not going to be filling in those colors. Now, if all of your trees look like a pearly gray right now, that's fine because we will be coloring them in. We will be doing it where it's a 3D tree. So it's like right, front, back. And we will be twisting it in between each world. So I will be vocalizing the colors. And that's why I wrote everything down. So that I also have on my book, like a saya. But on the next page underneath, I have this twist mark so that I remind myself that the tree is flipped the next world, so that I can read off the colors appropriately. So I have that in between each page. Oh, look, Kelly's sending an email. That's right. Locked out of Ravenclaw as well. We are not going to be tolerating hate crimes. Alas, both the Tara and Kelly have come through. So I'm feeling a huge teleportation energy after the last email I just sent about all Gryffindor and Ravenclaw initiations will be held at the bottom of the Clippeth. So now the Modern Mystery School is trying to teleport down here. Goodney is being Muggle charmed. And I feel Dave trying to kill me. Which is why he's going to be Muggle charmed. So what happens at the bottom of the Clippeth is you either develop self-control and a sense of, moral purpose or agenda and service to God, or you become a demon. So you either corrupt or you don't. So Dave, at the bottom of the Clippeth, corrupts. Goodney. So the people who didn't do their underworld work and spent most of their life like knife raping or cheating people, all their vices, at the bottom of the Clippeth, they just become demons. So it fed that energy. So that can't get, up the tree. Goodney would have had the potential to become a Hufflepuff. That's Muggle charmed. Too much. Yeah, unfortunately, he has more self-control than Star and Dave. The two of them look like used car salesmen. It's all gimme, gimme, gimme. So Goodney had a little more poise and posture, which can be scary and become Voldemort. So that's why that's not happening. Poise and posture without heart and service goes real sour real fast. So we just Muggle charm it instead. Man. Okay, so Richard's going to be a Hufflepuff. Maybe he can become the best Hufflepuff there is and somehow get up through the 5th house if he ever wants to become an Auror someday. Without Gryffindor and Ravenclaw training. That was great. All right, so we did the lower 4. Now we're going to do the upper 4 because we're the 5th. But we also did the lower 5th one. That's the pyramid one. And then we're going to do the upper 5th one. That is the pyramid above OA. So you're going to imagine your higher self standing on your shoulders. And you imagine the tree. And then another higher self standing on that shoulder. Oh God, and you can start to feel the weight of it. Oh my God. There's gravity. So now you start to feel sorry for your lower self and have some humility and understanding about what your lower self has to carry. So that second higher self. So we're at Asaya. We did our Yetzirah. We're doing our Bria self right now. Now your Bria self, if you've taken other Kabbalah classes, Like if you've taken one from the ibis or something, like your Bria self might be like developed. Feeling pretty strong and legit. It might even be holding a Rubik's Cube or something, you know, as a sign of like intelligence or mastery. Might be figuring out the Rubik's Cube. All right. So in most traditions, I believe most Kabbalah is taught just with Bria. Not this Kabbalah class. So you might even feel a huge sense of mental positivity and clarity that comes through when you put that Bria self on top of you. And now we have the Absolute self, cells. Cells. And then the tree with that body. And remember the Malkuth goes at the throat. And so the crown kind of goes at the like the calves root chakra, but it also is like Yesod. It's pretty weird. So it's kind of in between Malkuth and Yesod. There's a reason why we did the tree where it's like there's a root chakra system. So we're gonna figure out like the specifics of it like much better later down the road. But there's a reason why there's like the Ensof worlds 1, 2, 3 above each tree, and those would be like the thigh chakra, the root chakra, and then that third one is like the Yesod, so it hits there. So all of these puzzle pieces are going to start coming together, and it's going to be really nice. All right, Absolute. So I think Richard's coming to the conclusion right now. I'm feeling it. Yeah, you're complaining about your vagina getting stabbed all day long, and I'm sending hate to your kids. Like perspective. It's just that I hate the mystery school because they con people and throw them out on the streets. All right, now we have the OA self. That is going to be on top of the Absolute self. And that makes us feel like superwomans or superheroes. That's legit. That's where, that's some of the Stacey Eckert energy coming through. I can do it all. Man. You might even feel the super high vibe come through, especially if you're sitting at the bottom of the Clippeth and you're like, yeah, wow, now I'm feeling like lightning coming through. That feels great for being at the bottom of the Clippeth. All right, so that's OA. So that's our fourth self. And then we put the tree on that. I'm hearing we need some grounding colors for OA. I believe we have some, actually. Let me look, just in case. Yeah. Oh no. We still haven't filled out the Hokmah and Keter colors for OA. So, for the grounding colors, I'm just going to make a note. Some of you are like, don't tell us right now. We did some grounding colors also. Absolute already had some balance, but now we have good grounding colors for OA. All right. And then we have the pyramid component at the top, and this is the one where we don't have the colors. So you have your last self up there, your fifth one, on the top of your OA self. It might look smaller or like it doesn't want to exist. But we need to like get it up there and get it strong. Like my OA self like looked smaller also, and that was not great. But it was like rocket. OAO, but just we can call it the pyramid self. I'm having a hard one getting this one latched on and healthy. And then I'm gonna put the tree there. And part of myself goes, I'm ready to fall on the floor like Shiva in the lower world. This is humbling. Oh, man. Lay down and take a nap. It's like, ready for my higher self to catch up. Why is my higher self having a problem catching up? Just because I've spent all the last 4 months in the lower worlds. Why? I like how Dave Lanyon and his first response to seeing me in the lower worlds was to like come at me to slit my throat instead of clean up the realms of hell and burn demons. Like my first response is like burn them all. Get me my dragon. Yeah, that's the right instinct. Like burn the realms of hell to nothing. Clean it. And then if there are people, just send them the goose. And then they'll clean. All right. Okay, so we should be ready now. Oh, man. It doesn't feel great up at the top. It's still situating itself, figuring out how to get a gray pearl. A gray pearly tree on its body. Like I haven't done that ritual 50 million times. And burning a new self into existence. It's so fucking funny. All right. God. So we have, so here's the deal about Richard. He's a demon slayer, and I've been talking and sending him emails about Star stabbing me in the vagina for over a week. And I have it reported on Facebook for months. And he should have written me back by now. So, what the fuck? Like, he should have been psychically conscious and aware that I have been under severe torture and duress because of his elite demon slayer status. And I have been reaching out to him directly about this, and alas, there is no response. So that's the other reason for locking him out of Gryffindor. Like, under no circumstance should somebody advertise themselves as a planetary servant for all demon slaying needs while I'm under severe torture for months and there is no response. Also, after having starved to death on a beach for whales 2 years prior. Oh my fucking God. I also consulted him and his wife, paid them $150 to do a scan on me. Just a scan to tell me I was fine in 2012. I'll get them into Hufflepuff. All right. So, Asaya. Man, you know how many times I could write that? You know how many times it would take for me to write the Tara and ask for her to send me healing energy? Once. Like, and she would respond, you know? Like, all right. I work with goddesses. Black raid with green yellow at the feet, below the feet. So we're going to start filling in the colors. And we're starting with Asaya, our current body. And then we will go in the same order. Okay? So we will go 4 down and then that gray one at the bottom. We will do this Asaya, and then we will go 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, like we just did. And then we will come back to this, but we don't need to refill it. And then we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then have that gray one up at the top. All right.